Have you ever wondered how websites like blog, e-commerce, stores, or social media platforms dynamically load content based on user input? For example, how does a blog post URL like post/123 automatically fetch and display the correct article without creating separate page for every single post? Well, the answer lies in the dynamic route. And in this video, we are diving deep in how to you implement them using Next.js, one of the most powerful framework for building modern web applications. Hi everyone, my name is Ankur and here and today we are exploring one of the most exciting features of Next.js is what dynamic route. Whether you are building a portfolio head or blog or an app with the user profile, dynamic route allow you to create flexible and scalable page structure that adapt to your data without writing repetitive code. Let's move on to our Visual Studio Code. Here you can see that in the last video we have built the nested route. Here you can see we have a blog folder and inside that we have built related to the blog we have the page.tsx file for it individual where we see the blog page on the home page. After that we have built the two folder for the first and the second route for the nested inside the blog page. First we have the page.tsx for the first which will be bind with the first folder and we also build the second folder for that. Inside that we also use the page.tsx which will to the second page route inside then. So this is how we can build the nested route in that particular in our application in our previous video. So let we take a scenario to implement a dynamic routing in our application. Let's move on to our slides. Here in the scenario 4, we have the product listing and the detailed page. So this thing will be implemented in this video today. So here you can see when the user visits the localhost 3000 plus product, all the three product will be listed over here. Product 1, product 2, product 3. And once if a person click on product 1, it will be redirect to the user. You redirect to the user URL will be related to that particular ID. Suppose if the person click on product 1, so that product ID will be take you to that on the product detail page. Here, when someone click on or visited HTTP localhost 3000/product/ID, then that particular ID of a product will see the product detail page. Like for example, if we have a product when we click on product 1, so it will be when it will show the URL like HTTP localhost 3000/product/1 and we see the product 1 detail page on that home page. So let's start building this particular implementation in our today's video. So let's move on to our Visual Studio Code. So let's start building the URL part which we discussed in the slide before. So for that we can create a folder page known as products. We can create as inside app folder, we can create a folder with the name products. Okay. Inside that product, we can create a new file with the name page.tsx, which will act as a input which at the home page for related to the product. Okay. After that, inside that product page, we will type it as the number of listing. We can list the product number of product on that page. So for this, we can create an export default function. And we can name it as product list. Function name product list, and inside that particular thing we can return. We can type it as return, and we can open a empty fragment over here, and inside that h1 tag we can write it as product 1. We can create 3 product detail over here, and it will be shown on the home page of it thing. Okay, and here we will also take it as you will take it as product list over here. Product list will be over here, and we can take it as to product 1 and h2 for a product 2. Okay, so that it can be shown on the home page as we shown in the slide. And now we can also add the product 3. So this is how you can see. Let's visit this particular home page related to the product. Okay, now we can run the npm run dev and visit the localhost 3000 product and see whether the output is related to which we required or which we shown in the slides. So we have to wait for it. Once it will start running, it is started, and we have to localhost 3000 product. So this is our first route which will be defined and which will show the 3 product on this particular home page. So here you can see the product list, and we have product 1, product 2, and product 3. Then we will talk that this first route is created successfully. Let's move on to where you can see that localhost 3000 slash product 123 has been created successfully. Now we can create it localhost 3000 plus product plus ID for one, and so that product one detail page should be created. So let's create this particular route in our Next.js application. Move on to our Visual Studio Code then. So here you can see that inside product we can create a new folder with the type it as one, and inside that we can type it as page.tsx. Okay, and inside that we can export default function. We can create some new for the single product for which we are creating. We can create the product detail export default function or the detail page for that particular product. So we can type a product detail, and inside this we can return it as we can return it as details about product. Okay, product and kvitize. So let's now visit this particular URL with the localhost product/1, and let's see what we see on the browser. So here we come on the browser. Here you can see the localhost 3000 product, and we can type it as /1, and here we can see the detail about product page. Okay, so we have successfully created the two URL, one for the product in which we are displaying the number of product, and the second route is for particular ID one for the single product or detail about product one. Now if we talked about the dynamic, suppose we have thousands of products, so we have to create thousands of folder in this way. So it is not a better approach, so we can use a dynamic approach over here. So let's use that approach in this example of it. So as you can see that we need to implement the dynamic route over here. For that, first of all, we need to delete this particular folder over here, and after that we can display that particular page. So we can rename, or we didn't delete it, we can just rename it to the with the square bracket, and we can type it as product at ID. Okay, in the Next.js, if you want to use the dynamic routing for the Next.js, you can type it as bracket, and inside that you can type it as product ID. So now it is your dynamic route has been created successfully. Now if we visit your browser, here you can see and reload that particular page. So here you can see that localhost 3000 /product one is the same page, and if you visit 10 ID, you can see the same text over here. Now it is for the same page. Now if you type it as 500 also, if you have a product like you have 500 product and you want to see the detail of that 500 product, so you can type it as or visit as localhost 3000 /product /500, so you will see the same text over here. But showing the same text is not a proper way, so we need to also fetch that particular ID. So let's fetch that particular ID in this particular route, in this particular page of our application. Now how the ID will be displayed on that particular page? For that, we can display the ID on the URL can be accessed with the help of the parent in the app router Next.js. For that, we can get the parents over here, and the parents will this type of parents return a promise which will contain in the key value pair. So for that, we have the parents. It will resolve to a promise. It will resolve to a promise. It will resolve to a promise. It will resolve params. Sorry, it will resolve to a promise which contains a key value pair. Promise which returns a key value pair of an which contain an object of the product ID, which is an ID, which is a string actually, which is an string. And in order to access this particular promise, we need to resolve it before that. So for that, we can use the async await in our application. So for that, we can declare a function as async over here. We can type it as async, and inside that return statement, we can type it as we can create a constant product ID, and we can resolve that with the help of using await param dot ID dot product ID, because dot product ID we have the this particular bracket we have with the product ID, so we need to take the product ID at the same, and after that we can type it as over here like in product ID. Like this, how now you can access that particular dynamic ID on that particular page. So here, what we have done that params the ID in the URL can be received with the help of params. Params is this type of parent resolved to a promise which contain an object with the key value pair, and then in our case, it is a product ID with the string type. And after that, we can resolve that promise with the help of async await. So we declare our function async, and inside that we can create a product ID, and we can kept as await params over here and access the product ID from that params, and after that we can display the product ID to it. Let's move on to our browser and let's see that we can able to access the product ID on this or not. So let's move on to the browser. So here you can see easily that detail about page product 500 you already seen. Now we can, if we can type it at 1. So here you can see the detail about product 1, and we can type it as 20 over here. So here you can see the detail about product 20 over here. So you have successfully accessed the dynamic ID over here with the help of dynamic route in Next.js application. So let's visualize what we have in this video till so far. So here let's visualize that what are the routes we have created. First of all, when you visit the root route, that what the hosted localhost, the app, and that related to the page.tsx will be activated. After that, when you visit condition b void, when you visit the product route for the localhost 3000/product folders, and inside that page.tsx will be activated. And when the condition c was when you visit the dynamic route to write the product for the product ID. So when you visit that http localhost 37/product+1, then the product ID which is act as a dynamic route in Next.js application, and the page.tsx will be activated, and due to which you can see the same detail page of related to that product ID. So this is how you can see that how we have implemented the dynamic route in Next.js application. So I hope you can able to get that how you can create the nested, how you can create the dynamic route in Next.js application. So that is for this video. That is for this video on Next.js. So this is for that is for this video on Next.js dynamic routing. We cover how to organize route to create dynamic paths like product ID and build clean and scalable structure. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon for more tutorial. Got questions or idea for future video? Drop them in the comment below. I will love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.